Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We will begin in our prayer books on page 104 with the words of Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
As we transition from the lockdown of COVID into our new reopening, we face many different challenges along the path. And the one distinct one we face this evening is the angle of the sun in this room, meaning I can't tell you if anyone is in this room, but I can hear you. And what I can hear is a community of people in this room, and what I can see very well actually is our community on Zoom. And so that we can come together as one community, I'm going to ask everyone in the body of this room to look up in that camera and wave to everyone at home. And everyone at home to put on your cameras if you feel comfortable and wave to us in the room as we become one community. So we can't see you, but we can hear you. And one of the things we do best in this community is to sing together. So as we bring in Kabbalat Shabbat, we turn to our supplements and sing songs about singing, because that's what we can do this evening.
Lechu neranena, yai, lai, 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 l'Adonai, yai, lai, 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 Nahariya, yai, lai, 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 lai,
the sun begins to set and we begin to see your faces in this room, we need to bring more light into this room, the light of Shabbat. And so we invite the whiners up to light our Shabbat candles, and we invite everyone at home on Zoom to join us in lighting their Shabbat candles so that you can bring the light of your homes into our sanctuary. Please rise.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
As we brought in the light of Shabbat, we now welcome in the Shabbat bride with the words of the Chadudi on page 121. As we depart from our work week and arrive at Shabbat, we recognize that some of us in our community might arrive to this Shabbat in a place of bereavement and mourning. And to all those who come to this Shabbat in mourning, we wish you the traditional words of comfort. Hamakom yenachem etchem b'toch sha'ar ha'avelim. May the Eternal One comfort you together with all those who mourn. We continue on page 124 with the words of Psalm 92. Mizmor shir le'yom ha'shabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai. Mizmor shir le'yom ha'shabbat, tov בלילות. עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך, איש בער לא ידע, וכסיל לא יבין את זאת. בפרוח רשעים כמו עשב, ויציצו כל פועלי אבן, והישמדם עדי עד. ואתה מרום לעולם אדוני. כי הנה אויביך אדוני, כי הנה אויביך יאבדו, יתפרדו כל פועלי אבן. ותרם כרעם קרני בלותי בשמן רענן, ותבט עיני בשירי, וקמים עלי, מרעים תשמענה אוזני. צדיק התמר יפרח, כערב בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, וחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון בסביבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי אשר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולת בו. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני.
We rise together as we call one another to prayer with the words of the Baruch Hu.
Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. יאי לי לי, יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי לי, יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי לי, יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי לי, יאי לי לי.
And please take your seats. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhma poteach sha'arim, uvitbuna mishanei itim, umechalif et hazmanim, umesadeh et hakochavim b'mishmorotehem b'rakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, hama'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai Sevaot Shemo, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
אהבת עולם, בית Torah u'mitzvot, hukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Aken Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbeinu, kumenu nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach et divrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hechayenu ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev et amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha b'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. We'll take some time now to read the second paragraph of the Shema to ourselves, joining back together on the top of page 134. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el bnei Yisrael ve'amata alehem, ve'asu lahem tzitzit al kanfei bigdeihem ledorotam, ve'natnu al tzitzit hakanaf betil techelet, v'haya lachem letzitzit uritem oto, uzakartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem otam, ve'lo tatiru acharei levavchem ve'acharei einechem, asher atem zonim achareihem, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני חיים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
This week, the band Pink Floyd released their first new music in decades to aid the relief effort in the Ukraine. Their new single, Hey Hey Rise Up, was inspired by the lead singer of Ukrainian band Boombox, who recorded a video of him singing in his army uniform, surrounded by the fallout of the war. The single records a sample of this alongside the remaining Pink Floyd musicians. All proceeds from the song will go to the Ukraine humanitarian relief. Music has great power. We have seen before the effects of such singles released to help humanitarian efforts, such as Candle in the Wind by Elton John, Band Aid's Christmas single, or any of the songs used as the official singles of comic relief. Music has the power to change people's attitudes, to call them to action. In an interview about Hey Hey Rise Up, David Gilmour said, "We want to raise funds for humanitarian charities and raise morale. We want to express our support for Ukraine and in that way show that most of the world thinks that it is totally wrong for a superpower to invade the independent democratic country that Ukraine has become." Using music to help share a message is not a new idea. Aristotle stated that sharing creative experiences can cultivate feelings of happiness and social equality. Music helps to draw us together. When you sing the same song in unison with others, you form a bond with people who you may never have met before and may never meet again. In our services, the melodies we use help to convey certain messages. We sing with an upbeat tone, helping us to feel joy. We use tunes of a more melancholy nature when we try to reflect the difficulties in our world. In the Erev community, our melodies are influenced by the many places we come from. We sing tunes from American composers, Israeli composers, those with a Yemenite feel or a Sephardic influence. We celebrate the diverse fabric that makes up the Jewish people by embracing the cultures of their music. The shared melodies of Judaism help to unite the Jewish community. Wherever you are in the world, you can walk into a synagogue and automatically feel at home, part of a community, when you hear the melody of Shalom Aleichem. And when we sing together, we feel we belong. We blend our voices and let go of the worries of the outside world. We are about to sing the words of Mi Chamocha, a prayer we recite every day, but one that carries more resonance at this time of year, when we were about to relive our Exodus story. There are so many emotions held in this short paragraph. We experience the relief of the Israelites, their joy at finally being free. We hold the sadness of God as we watch the Egyptians die. And we recognize the discomfort that so many might have felt as they were ripped away from the only homes that they knew, free and yet living a life unknown. Today we try to hold all of those things. Through the melody that we use, a tune of call and response, we recognize that like the Israelites, all of us hold many different emotions tonight. We come to this evening from different places, some from joy, some from mourning. But in this moment, we hope through the power of music we become united as we respond together. We're midway down page 135.
Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Yai, la, lai, la, 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 lai.
Yai, la, lai, la, 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 lai.
Yai, lai, 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 lai.
Mi chamocha,
Mi
Kene'emar, Ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, Uge'alo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai,
Ga'al Yisrael.
I am the couple holding hands at the table next to you. I am the woman with the headscarf and the prayer beads. I am the 22-year-old who just sold his startup company. I am the woman with a number tattooed on her arm who drinks whiskey with her friends every Thursday. I am the man who gives out Shabbat candles outside the busy bars. I am the mother waiting to hear from her son who went out for a drink last night and may never come home. I am the couple holding hands while hiding under the table at a bar. I am scared. I am praying. I am resilient. I am Tel Aviv. These words, which I've paraphrased, were written by Israeli journalist Sarah Tuttle Singer in the aftermath of last night's terrorist attack in Israel, a shooting on Dizengoff Street in Tel Aviv that killed 2 men in their 30s and injured more than a dozen others. Libenu b'mizrach, our hearts are in the east as we mourn the loss of life, the trauma and the pain that has shattered the peace of this Shabbat for our Israeli brothers and sisters. Our hearts break with them as they try to come to grips with this senseless act of terror in their midst. As we turn now to our shul sheets for the words of the Hashkivenu, a prayer first written from a place of great fear and vulnerability, we pray for a world guided by compassion and trust, where horrific acts such as these will cease, where the friendship and understanding we cultivated and felt this past Tuesday at our Elith annual Iftar can be felt all year round, wherever we gather, eat, study, and pray. And so, with hearts yearning toward the east, we pray for God's protection over us, over all of Israel, and over all the world. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, va'al amo Yisrael, va'al kol ha'olam.
When faced with moments of terror, we don't hide away. We come to shul, we show up, we act as we would, celebrating Shabbat. And so we turn back into our Siddurim on page 137 and celebrate the joy that this Shabbat will bring for us.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Please rise as we turn to page 138. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. ועמד יברח חירותי וימליק מלכותי בחייך וביומך ובחיי דיכו בית ישראל בגאווה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה. לילה מן כה ברכתה ושירתה תברכתה ונחמתה תהי המירן בעלמא ויאמרו amen.
There are a few weeks of our year at Erev when our Ruach children are on their break and we don't have a whole column of teenagers sitting over there. And on those few weeks of the year, we revel sometimes in the quiet that we can create in moments. And so as we enjoyed the joy of Shabbat when we sang that upbeat melody of V'shamru, we also enjoy the peace that Shabbat can bring by doing a silent Amidah. So we will sing our way out in on page 140 and sing our way out on page 149, leaving space in the middle for your own prayers and for the quiet that Shabbat can bring.
Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. We turn now to page 310 as we continue standing for the words of the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach v'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת זו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אחד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום להשיבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת עינות. And on page 313, Al Kain Nikavelecha Adonai Eloheinu, Lirot Mehera Betiferet Uzecha, Laha'avir Gilulim min Haaretz, V'ha'elilim Karoti Karetun, L'taken Olam B'malchut Shaddai, V'cho B'nei Basar Yikru Vishmecha, Lehafnote Lecha Kol Rishei Aretz, Yakiru V'yedu Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ki Shutafim Kulanu B'tikun Olamecha, כי המלכות שלך היא, ולעול מעד תמלוך בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We turn to page 316 and prepare to sanctify the name of God with the words of the Kaddish. On this Shabbat, we regret to announce the deaths of Michael Simmons, husband of Tina, father of Julia and Daniel, and also of Helena Waller, mother of Jonathan, Fiona, and Shoshana. We wish comfort to all those that mourn for them. We also think of all those in the Shloshim and the Shana, the periods of time since the death of a loved one, and of all those in our community that died at this time in years past. We remember on this Shabbat Alfred Abrahams, Heinz Angras, Francis Baker, Mark Bennett, Ron Bayfield, Leslie Balsam, Sydney Burton, Julie Castle, Jack Clark, Jack Farley, Jack Fishman, Solomon Green, Eva Harris, Howard Harris, John Hayward, Raina Kenton, Isaac Lemunsky, Jack Mann, Ernest Miller, Helene Miller, Golda Morris, Molly Moss, Sybil Neville, Arnold Perry, Judah Rose, Tilly Rubin, Esther Rudolph, Roy Siegel, David Scher, Angela Shire, Malka Stern, Maya Stern, and Doris Vandervelde. Zichronam livracha, may their memory be a source of enduring blessing. I invite all those in this room and online to join with me in leading their community in the words of the Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Ba'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dichol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Amen.
Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam Ulalmei Almaya.
Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh. V'yit hada v'yit alei v'yit halal. Shemei di kudusha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Diamiran ba'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol ha'olam v'imru.
Amen.
And please take your seat. I spoke earlier about the importance of music, and the importance of music is felt all throughout our weekend at Erev, from our kolot service tomorrow morning, where we see the power of voices joined together, led by Cantor Tamara and Justin Wise, and through to our Choral Society concert on Sunday evening, where you can join and support and be part of our community as they sing beautiful music to you. There is lots going on in the next 2 weeks because Pesach is coming, however much we try and pretend it is not. So please do see how you can join us for Pesach through the coming week. Next Friday, just to note, our Friday night service is at 5 o'clock in order that everyone can get home for their Sedarim. So it is our early Pesach and Friday night service beforehand. There are lots of ways you can join us. I'm not going to go through every one, but please do look on your shul sheets and on your weekly email. And please do note that there are a few things that you have to book to come to. I know we've got out the habit of booking to come to things, but if you want to join us at either of our Sedarim or at either of our Mimunas, you have to book because otherwise you will not get fed, and we don't like not feeding you. One of the things that we do at Eilith is to stand with people when they come in mourning and also to celebrate with people when they come with joy. And so as we sing the words of joy written above our ark, we invite up Gabriel and Bee for a special blessing to lead us in Kiddush as we mark their engagement with their community and with their families. We're going to sing the words above our ark as everyone at home has a chance to get their Kiddush ready as well.
Adonai b'simcha, bohu lefanav birna na 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 na. Ifdu et Adonai b'simcha, simcha bohu lefanav birna na 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 na. Ki ha-melech Adon Adonai, Ki ha-melech Adon Adonai, Ki ha-melech Adon Adonai, Ki ha-melech Adon Adonai, Ifdu.
So just before Gabriel and Bee lead us in Kiddush on page 452, we give them a short and special blessing from us. Mishaberach avotenu ve'imotenu, may the ones who bless our ancestors be a source of blessing to you, Gabriel, and you, Bee, as you embark on this journey together. May you always find joy in building your lives together, and may you always feel the support of your community in every moment that you mark with us. and may you be blessed with patience as you embark on years of Wedman and spreadsheets, and may you find joy even in the moments that seem difficult. May they always bring you smiles and laughter, and may you always come here to find sanctuary when things feel difficult. Let's rise together as we make Kiddush. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי, מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי, מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, ורצה בנו, בשבת קודשו, באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי באנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, נקדש השבת. Amen.
L'chaim, Mazel Tov.
And I think everyone will join me in wishing you Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
And all that's left to do is for us to look up at that camera and wave Shabbat Shalom to everyone at home. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Mazel Tov.